Hola amigos, this is Somved and welcome back to CodePipe. We are in the middle of designing our UI for e-commerce website. In the previous videos we have seen how we can make a brief that can be approved by the client, how we can make a persona. We have downloaded the Adobe XD software, and in this video we will see how we can get some UI kits from the internet that are free of cost, and then we will start making our wireframe for the website. Wireframe of the design is required. Why? Because whenever we are planning to make anything for the client, we will just make an outline of the website, we will show it to the client. If the client needs some changes, we will make the changes in the wireframe so that we don't have to deal with all the colors, fonts and everything, and we can have a simple design which client can approve, and we can also modify if required. Once this wireframe is approved and it is finalized, then we can start putting colors and illustrations, etc. Now let's open Adobe XD and see how we can proceed. This is the homepage of Adobe XD, where we can see the recent files we have created, and we can make new artboards or web pages from here. We can either make it for mobile, we can take the default web page, we can use it for Instagram story. Also we can use any custom size. Now let's see what size do we consider. For the size we will need the help of client. Either they will tell us the size, what size they want their web page in, or we can ask them for their Google Analytics statistics. Let me show you analytics of my website so that it will be easy for you to understand how to look for things. So if we go to analytics.google.com for any website, this will be the page. We are specially looking for tech. This will be the technology overview. It will tell us about the statistics of users who are using which platform to surf our website. On this page we are looking for something screen resolution. As we can see here, there are different screen resolutions on which our website has been shown. As we can see here, a large number of people see our website on 1366 into 768 screen resolution. So this can be our web page size, or if there is any other specification you can take that also. Coming back to our Adobe XD, although we saw that maximum of people are using 1366 into 768 screen resolution, but we will be going through 1920 into 180, and there is no special cause or specifics like why we should use this. You can use any size. So if we click on it, get these options, so we'll go with 1920. It will create a new artboard for us. So here we can see we have the name, and this white space we are calling it artboard. Now let me make a point here. Exploring Adobe XD is not in the scope of this project or this video section, so I will be giving you all the specific needs that we will require in the project, but I will not be able to dive deeper into the specifics of Adobe XD specially. But let me give you a walkthrough of the interface. On the top bar we have home button, from where we have selected this size. Then we will have design, where we will design all our artboards. Then we have prototype. Prototype is basically connection between two web pages. If we have more than two pages, we can connect using these things. Then at the end we will have share. Share is nothing but we can share our project with the clients, or if we want to take user testing, we can use links created from here. So this is just for sharing purpose. If we go back to design, on the left bar we will have select button, rectangle button, ellipse or circle, then we have triangle or polygon, then we have line, then we have pen tool, text tool, and we have artboard tool. So artboard is nothing but if we want to make a custom artboard, we can use this, and we can make artboard of any size. And at the end we will have the zoom tool, so if we want to zoom, we can use the zoom. At the bottom of the left bar we will have three buttons. First will be about the document assets. Of all the assets that we are going to use in the artboard can be categorized here, like colors, character styles and components. Then we will have layers. Layers will be something like what all layers we have used on the specific artboard selected. If we have text, it will show text. Then we used rectangle, it will show rectangle on top of that, and so on. And at the end we will have plugins bar, where we will have different plugins that we can use to get different type of content or different type of usage on our Adobe. On the right side we have some buttons on the top. First one is invite to document. If we are inviting someone for collaboration on the same project, we can use this button, and we can provide their email address on the top so that they can also collaborate into this. Next one we have mobile preview. So if we are using iOS, we can directly put in a USB and it will be shown how it will be shown in a mobile. Then we have normal desktop preview, how this artboard will be looking on the desktop. It will show us, it will pop up a new window, and since there is nothing on our artboard, it is blank. At the last we have the zoom. So now it is at 33% zoom. We can change it using the drop down, and this right side bar will contain all the magic that we can do on the artboard. If we want to change the height and width of the artboard, if we want to align them, and we can check the appearance from here. We can use grid layout or square layout that we will discuss in a moment. So this is where we can control everything that we do on the artboard. Let me rename the artboard to home page. Now we have created the artboard of size 1920, but we will not be using the complete width of the artboard. We will be giving some spaces in the side. As we can see in most of the website, the content is in the middle only. But again, if you want to be creative and use the complete width, up to you. You are the designer. Now, what I am going to do is, I will use this grid or layout option. Now there are two types of layouts, layout and square. To give the space on the sides, we will use the layout option. Now, why we are using this layout? So those of you who are familiar with the Bootstrap, there is a thing called container, and we want all our content as a, so let me show you what a container size will look like. If we do a normal Google search about Bootstrap containers, w3schools.com is a very good site that will inform us about various technical aspects of the web design and different topics. So on this page, let's see what will be the width of the container. So if we see for fixed containers, here we can see if we are using a screen size of more than 1200 pixels, the container will have the width of 1140 pixels. So we will use this number for our layout. Let me show you how we can do that. On our Adobe XD, let me make it one column and give it the column width of 1140. Now this is the container inside which we want to keep all our content, but we will divide this into 12 columns. Again, we are using the concepts of Bootstrap here. Bootstrap uses 12 columns to align the content inside the container. So let me make it columns of 12. So what is gutter width? Gutter width is the distance between two consecutive columns. Let us try to give gutter width of 0. Okay, that is good, and we can identify the column, so it will be okay for us. Now we are all set to start our wireframe. Here we can do two things. Either we can import the image that we have created on the paper, or we can do it on our own. So let me show you how to import images. If we go on the menu, if we see here, we have import, or the shortcut also Ctrl+Shift+I. If we go here, then in the file explorer we can use any image. We can select any image, we can use import. It will import the image. Now we can keep it here and we can start designing here. If we look at the image, we have some icons like search icon, heart icon, bag icon, etc. So we don't want to waste our time in designing those also, as there are plenty of resources available on the internet, and Adobe provides some useful UI kits along with the software. So if we go on the menu, if we see get UI kits, we can see there are 2-3 default UI kits, or we can get wireframes or UI kits from the internet using those. It will open material.io, which is a great resource for downloading different type of UI kits for our project. We can look for different UI kits on the website, we can download it, and we can use it for our project. Let us see how we can download it. So after clicking on the UI kit, it will give us a zip file of all the material design UI kits. We can download it and we can use them. Since I have all the required wireframe UI kits with me, so I will not download it, but you can always download and research different UI kits that you want to use. So let's get back to our Adobe XD. Another way that will help in your design process is getting the SVG icons from some free resource websites, or if you can spend, you can also purchase some icons from the internet. But a very good resource for free SVG icons can be flaticon.com. And if we see the flat icon website, the website will look something like this. There are some free icons here, there are some subscription based or payment based icons here, so accordingly we can use. So if we use for heart icon, we can see we have 69,936 heart icons, and whatever we want to use we can use. Let's say we want to use this, so I can directly download it as SVG. and I can import it in my Adobe XD. Now finally we are ready to start designing our web page. So let us take a rectangle. We will make a rectangle that will snap to the width. Once rectangle is done, we will use the select tool. Now we can change the height and width of the rectangle from this side. So let's say I want the height to be 40. So here it is. Now it is very hard to see how it will look like in the main page or how it will look like live. So we can use control 1, which will show it at 100% zoom. It will show how it will look on the 100% view page, or we can use this button, play button, which will show us the desktop preview. So if we look here, it will give us this height of the rectangle. So I think we are okay with it. Now we can add support email, contact, social and account. I will use the text tool. I will try to put it in center. I will provide any email of our team. We will select the selection tool. Now if we select the text, hold the shift and select rectangle, we can use this alignment tools. So if we use this, it will say align middle. I will align it to the middle. Now I can use this to take it here. I want it to be on the edge of my layout. Now the text looks dull, so I will select it, go to this fill. Now I will make it black, so I will drag it to the bottom. This will give us the black or the hex code. Now one cool feature is I will click add here and it will add black color to my color palette. So if I want to use this color anytime else, I will just click here and it will give me the black color. After this I will use the line tool to make a separator here. As we can see, line can be in any direction. So if we hold shift, it will give us the straight line. And you see that once it is inside the rectangle or it is touching the edge of rectangle, it is becoming bluish. So we know that it is touching the rectangle. We can also use V for getting the selection tool. Now if we compare, we have the first part ready. Then we want to add contact. So let us come here. So if we press Ctrl and we rotate the middle of the mouse, it will give us the zoom out or zoom in option. Or if we press the middle of the mouse, it will give us the pan option where we can drag it according to our wish. So let me again take a text tool, or let me take this opportunity to show you one other cool thing. So if we press and hold Alt tab on our keyboard and if we drag it to the side, it will make a copy of it. Now I will change this to our contact number, which can be anything. Let's keep it 1 2 3 4 5 6 for now. And we can do one thing, we can select this and select this, and we can use this align vertically, so they will be both in the same line. We can make this a group. Now this is a group. If we select one, both of them will be selected. If we select this, hold shift and select this, now if we align vertically, this both will be in the center of rectangle. Now on the other end, we will need social icons and the account. So we will do the same thing with them. We will take this line, we will hold the shift, we will select this. Now we will hold alt so that we can copy all the three things. We can put it on the last. If you observe, if I go to the end of the layout, it will snap itself. So we can do that. Or if we want some distance between this and this, we can use our left and right keys also, which will decrease or increase the length, but I want to keep it last, so here it is. Now there are groups, so I will use Ctrl Shift G, or I will ungroup them so that they are different. Now I will shift them to the side. I will make it ACCOUNT account. With account, I want a down arrow here so that we can identify that this is a drop down. For that I have already opened one UI kit that I have downloaded from the net using the same process I showed you a while ago. So this is how the UI kit will look like. Mine is called Wires Web. If we hold Control and scroll up, we can zoom in and we can see for UI elements we might have a down arrow here. So if we see here, so this down arrow we can directly Control C copy. We will go to our file and paste it here. It is very small, so let's drag it to where we need it. As you can see here, there is a link icon here or a chain icon here. So if we go to our assets, document assets, we can check into our components that this is a component. And if we check for the right click, we can see we have option of make local. We are getting this option because this component is still linked to the main file from where I have taken it. So I will make it local and then I will double click on it so that I can get into the arrow, I will change the fill of it. I have already used the black color, so I will use it. I will increase the height and length of this. It will resize both the height and width at the same time. If we don't use shift, we can see it is going here and there. And if we use shift, we can see it is proportional. So we will use this to align them to the center. Now we will make this and this as a group, Control G. As you can see here, there is a small line between the columns which can give us an idea about how the columns will be present in our bootstrap. So we can use one thing, we can put it to the end. We can use this line on this column. So it will be easy for developers to understand where everything is placed. Now I will delete this email and I will use some icons from the Wireframe UI kit that I downloaded. So from here I will take Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Control C on this, Control V. We have our components here. We can see they are linked, so we will make them local. They are all selected, so we can change the fill to black, or better, let's reprocess them here and we can then directly place them. Align them center, 15, 15, make them a group, put them here, make them aligned center. Okay, we can get the distance from this line, so let's make it 15. Now our top bar is ready. Now we have to provide a logo, this search bar, icon for wishlist. For that, again I will use a rectangle tool. I will try to put it on the corner, make a rectangle, going to the selection tool with V, selecting it, giving it a height of, let's make it 150. Here, before moving forward, let me tell you a very important thing, or you can say it is a good practice. First of all, we should always use one or maximum two colors for our wireframe, because we are trying to make it as minimal as possible. And second thing is, always use only one font for the complete wireframe. The size may vary, like 8, 16, 24, etc. But try to always use one font for the complete wireframe. Also, while talking about the font, if we see here, we are using 20. So 20 is not conventional, although we can use it, but I would always recommend using the multiples of 8, like 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 54, etc. And why I recommend using the multiples of 8 is, if we change the layout of this page, making it square and giving a square size of 4, it will be very easy for us to give paragraph spacing or distance between first line and second line. If we see here, this is 20 and we are not able to provide a very good location for it. And if we make it 24, we are able to utilize all the boxes with proper sizes. So I always recommend using the sizes of 8 multiple, like 8, 16, 24, 32. But again, it is up to the designer what they want to use. So making it 24, making it 24. Now one other cool thing is, if we try to drag the text using the mouse, it will show us the distance if it is similar to some other distance. I will use this and this. I will align it to the center again, make it a group, align it to the rectangle in the middle, and we are good. Same with the account. I will make it 24, take it 5 steps away from the bar, taking the line and the social icons a little bit far. Let's say 15. For the logo, for our case, we are just using the text and we are trying to make it super big and bold. But if we have a logo with us, client gave us a logo, we can always use that. So let's make it area 51. I will use a bigger font here with bold. So it is bold. I will use, let's say 48. Okay, this will work. Now I will align this to the center of rectangle. Now we need to make a category search with the search icon. So let's see. Here I will again use a rectangle, align it to the center, and I will lock it here for now, because when I'm moving some things I don't want this to move. So I will use Ctrl L to lock it on this place. If I try to remove this, it is not moving. So that's what I want. Now I will use a text here that will show us all. The size will be 24. Align it to the center. Now I will need the down arrow, so I can take it from here, or I can directly use this one. So we can see here these all are blue and we are going for the all black theme. So I will edit the main component. It is here. I will make the fill as black, and we can see the main component is also changed to black. I will do same with all the components, and now we can delete it from here as we don't require it anymore. Once this is done, I will use this component and drag it here. I will drag it to the main place, double click, and I will increase the height and width. Try to make it align with the all. Okay, now we can take a line tool and draw a separator here. Again, using shift to make it straight. We are getting the small blue highlight here, so it is touching the bottom. Here we can see layout is somewhat interacting with us, or it is disturbing us. So we can do two things. One is we can double click on the artboard. For the columns, we can click here and we can change the transparency, or we can use Control Shift and double inverted commas, which will directly remove the layout. If we press it again, Control Shift double inverted commas, it will bring back the layout. So we have decreased the transparency. Now we want a placeholder kind of thing in here. Again, I will use text, try to take it in the center, search all, escape, then using V. Here if we try to drag this, it will give us many alignment options. So I will use this, which says this is in align with the all, and we are having 14. So I will use my arrow keys to make it 15, or let's say 20. And then I will again use this separator. I will use Alt to copy this, put it on the column, and here I will use a search icon. For the search icon, I will again go to the wireframe that I downloaded. So here let me search if I can get a search icon, and here it is. I will copy this, paste it here, make it local, edit main component and fill it with black. And you can see when I edited the main component here, this component already became black. So if we are using any instances of component anywhere on the page, and if we edit the main, it will change all the instances. So I will drag this here and I will double click, change the height and width. Now we can't make it align with this because it is locked. So I will unlock the rectangle. I will select this rectangle, put it in center. Since this is a complete rectangle and these are lines, we cannot use this for alignment. So I will have to do this manually. So we have our logo, our search field. Now we need to provide two icons for wishlist, cart and the amount. For the wishlist and cart items, I have downloaded another XD file with all the icons in it. The file is from Material Google Designs, and this is created by xdguru.com. So from here we can get different type of icons or material icons that are used normally. So from here I will take the heart icon, copy, I will paste it on my page. This is already in black, so I don't have to do anything. Let's make it a component. We can make any component using Ctrl+K so that we can use it anywhere on our page, and if we change the main component, it will change all the other components. So let's drag it required position. I will double click and I will change the height and width. As we can see, since this is attached to the bottom, we can align it using our arrows. So let's make it 40 distance. Now we want a cart icon here. Although if you are wondering from where you can get these files, I will let you know at the end of the video from where you can get all the files that I have used. So please watch until the end. So let me go back to my Google material icon library, and from this file under maps, I found a good icon that I can use. So I will copy this, paste it here, increase the size, and now I will add it to a component using Ctrl+K. Let's change it, art icon, cart icon. Also, these components, if we are marking things as a component, this will be very helpful when we will be exporting them for our developers. So this is a good practice to do. So I will keep it here. I will check for the height and width of this heart. It is 54 by, let's make it 50, and I will use the height and width for the cart as same, 54 by 50. Let's align them, 40 from the heart icon. Now we need to give some number here which will show the amount. So I can directly use text here, try to make it in center, dollar, let's say any number, 100, escape, use the selection tool using V. First of all, let's increase the height let's make it 32. Okay, that works. Let's make it bold. Okay, that works. Okay, here we can see this is in the center of all the three icons, so I will put it here, and it is on the end of the column, so which is I need. So yes, done. So first part of our page is done. Now we need to do navigation bar. For the navigation bar, I will use again a rectangle, put it on the corner, giving it a height of, let's say, 60. Here I will use a different color to fill this, to differentiate it as a navigation bar. So I will use no borders, and I will use the color of maybe this color. I will use the plus icon to add it in our palette. Okay, our color bar is ready. Here we will use normal text to give us the different navigation menus. So let me quickly make all the navigations. On the first we will make all categories. Let's change the size and thickness of the text. 24, yes, 24 works, and make it regular. We can change the fill also to complete white, add it to our palette. Here I want to use a component which will show the drop down. I will use this drop down component. Again I will double click and increase the height and width, align it with the category, fill it with white, making it a group with the category. Control G. Alright, now what all navigations do we have is, we will have home, wishlist, cart, blog, contact or account. Here I think wishlist and cart are redundant, we don't want to use them here, so I will use men and women here. So I will use a simple text. Now I will use alt and I will make a copy of this, men, women. Here I will have blog, contact us and my account. This is home, I will change it to men, change this to women, change this to blogs, change this to contact us, change this to my account. Now I want all of this to be aligned this side, so I will make this go that side. This is still in the center, so good. I will drag this here. I want the distance to be 30 between them, so I am using my buttons or the arrows, and if I drag it here it will show me the default distance between them. Then it will be easy for us, and sometimes if it is not showing we can always use the arrows. Okay, our navigation is ready. Now what I will do here is I will select all of them, and this one, make it a group. I will select this group and this rectangle to align them in middle, and again I will use this one and select this to make it a group, so that our navigation is a complete package. Control Z. Now I will select this and I will make this a component. Here you can see component is added, so I will make it navigation bar. Now why I made a component out of this is, on every page of the wireframe that I will design, I will not have to make all these things again and again. I will just drag this and I will put it on the page, and I am done with the navigation bar. Or if we want, we can totally select all these things and make a component. We can say header, and we can use this thing directly, so we don't have to create any of this on every page. As we are done with the navigation bar here, and we saw how we can use components, now let's move on. But designing each page takes a lot of time, so I have already designed the page, so let me quickly walk you through the process. So this is how the design page will look like. Let me tell you how I did it. So I made a rectangle, I imported an image icon which was in SVG format, so it was easy to manipulate here. It is always better to import SVG icons because we can easily change the colors and everything. I put a text here, and for the button I am using a rectangle, and if we are creating a rectangle we will find 4 dots here, and these dots can be used to give the circular shape to the edges of the rectangle. Here we can see inside that I put a text. I have used down arrows and rotated them as 90 degrees or 180 degrees as per the orientation that I want them, and we can rotate it from here. After this, as per the design we have created, we have recommended for you items from your wish list for him section, offer section, for her section and blog section. So according to this design I have prepared the page. For the recommended for you section, I used a simple text of 32 size. Then I used a smaller text of 24 size, given it a hyperlink and different color to make it look like a button. Now let me show you how to make this card, or how we can make this product card. For that, we can take a rectangle. Let's keep a size of 320 by 400 for our test case. Actually this is 265 348. On top of this rectangle we will make a one more rectangle, and this rectangle we will fill with some gray color which I have already used. So let's take this as an example. We will make it without borders. On this we will use the image icon that I have used here. So I will copy, paste, drag it here on the top of this. So this looks like it is an image. I will use alignment tools to put it in the center, increase the size. I will put a text here which will say product name. This is in white color, so I will fill it with black. I will change it to 32 maybe, make it regular, putting it at the center at 10 pixels from the top. Then I will copy this, but I will put category here. I will change the size to 24 maybe, put it in the center of this rectangle, and I can also put it on 10 pixels from the top. I will again make a copy of this at 10 pixels, give it a price here. So let's say this product is for $10, make it 32 again and bold, putting it in the center. Now how do we make these icons which are used for saving to wishlist and saving to cart? Again I will take a rectangle here. On top of this, width of 60 and height of 64. Let's keep it like that, or let's make it 40. No, 60 looks better. I will copy this to the other side. We already have components with us for the cart icon and heart icon. So I will put the cart icon here. I will change the height and width as 30 by 30. I will put it in the center. Same I'll do with the heart icon, make it 30 by 30, drag it to the center, and with this we are done with the product card. And we can select all this, and we can use Ctrl+K to make it a component, and we can see we are getting this new component here. If we want, we can use this anywhere. We can rename this to product item. Now we are using a lot of item cards in a row. So for that, Adobe XD provides a good tool in the form of repeat grid. So if we use repeat grid, as the name suggests, we can make any number of grid using one card, as we can see here. But we only want in horizontal form, we don't want in vertical. So I will use this to get only one card, and I will drag this to get 4 cards. Now we can see we can manipulate the distance between them. So if we want them to be inside the container, we can just increase or decrease the space so that they stay inside the container. So this is about the making component of product card grid layout. After this, I am using the same copy of this to make items from your wish list. After this, we needed a for him section. For that, I have drawn a big rectangle, put the image icon in the middle, and I've provided a name as a topic for men's, and I've used different color and underline to make it look like it is a button. I've given some categories here, or see all, to see all the products in all the categories. I have provided some products here so that if we want, we can directly select any of the product. This can be top selling or recently viewed, anything. After that, we will again have the offer card or the offer carousel or offer picture, whatever we want to add. So I have just copied the upper one and changed the name on offer. Then we have the for her section. So let's make it for her section. Here also we will change to women's. I basically copied from the top and just changed a few things. After that, we will have the from the blog section, where I've used the same setup of from the blog and see all button, and I have created another blog card which will contain blog title, author, and published on. And I've used the same logic of making a component and using the repeat grid option from the Adobe XD. Inside the rectangle, I've used some text with different identification and different alignment so that they are easy to differentiate. So with this, the home page is completed. Since designing the page takes a lot of time, so we will not be able to complete the design on video, but this is a introduction video for the wireframe where you can see how things are done in Adobe and how we can align them to one together and we can create on our own. But let me show you my wireframe design that I have designed for the website. So this is my wireframe design of the website. It will have product journey, user account and seller account, how these things will look like on the website. So let's quickly go through them. Just like we designed, homepage looks similar, recommended for you, wish list, for him section, for her section, offer, blog and the footer. After that I have the category page and I have kept the header and footer same for all the pages. Here I have given some filter. I have used the concept of repeat grid. I have given sort option, all the topic, breadcrumbs on the page. Then we have product page where we'll have the image. I am giving the images on the bottom, social share on the left side, product name, description, rating, features, color, sizes, discount or price, add to cart, wish list, adding review, what others think, recently viewed, also like and top selling. This is wish list. This is cart. This is the review page. On this page user will review if the details are correct or not, or if he can go back to cart to change it. Then we will have a order confirmation page. I have not included the payment page because it will be somewhat related to the payment gateway that we are using. Next up we will have the blog section. This will contain all the list of the blog, and if we see, this is very similar to what we have designed on the page. Then we will have the detail of the blog where we will have previous, next article, we have topic, author, published and sharing options. On the right we will have the blogs, latest blogs that are added to the site. Now let's see how the user will be able to sign in and use the account. So this is the sign up page where we will get the information like name, email, gender, mobile and the address. Then we will have sign in option for just the email address and the password, where we will have the account details, edit option and the last 5 order summary, and if we want we can add a CL button also. And we are providing an option of contacting the customer care or the email. Then we have contact page, about us, mission, contact info. We are providing all the info. Then we have the option to email us. Then we have a store locator. We have the policies as hyperlink. Then we have legal info page where we will have all the policies listed. Then we will have the seller account or seller dashboard. So this will be the seller dashboard or the homepage for seller, where we will say the sale, returns and net sale, where we will see categories and products also. All the navigation menus are here. Orders and inventory alert is here. This page is for inventory, and if we click on see all, we will get to this page where we will have all the products with pagination and the option to search here. Then we will have the order management page where we will have recent and refund orders. We can search the order and we can use this button to go to the website and log out from seller account. Then we will have a page where all the orders will be available with the shortcut to the action, and if we want we can have a single page for order. Now as I have mentioned in the video how to get files that I am using, the project will be uploaded in parts. So first of all I will be uploading UI, then we will be doing backend, and after that we will be doing hosting. This is supposed to be a complete course where we will start designing from the scratch and we will host it. So there might be some amount you have to pay to get the files, as the videos will be publicly freely available on the YouTube, but the complete information will be available in the description, so please go and have a look. With this I conclude the video. Until now we have seen how to make a brief, how to make a persona, how we can create a hand-drawn design, how we can do a wireframe on the Adobe XD using UI components from the internet. In the next video we will see how we will make the high fidelity design of this website. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. It will let YouTube know that the video is good and it will suggest this video to other viewers also. If you have any comments, let me know in the comment section below. Do share it with your friends who might need it. Do support us on Patreon and follow us on social media handles that are available in the description. I will meet you very soon with a new video. Until then, this is Somveer taking your leave. Adios.